In my last video tutorial, I created a column schedule table for my column and wall elements in my project. In this video tutorial, I'm going to prepare this plan view drawing for structural analysis. What I mean by preparing the plan view drawing for structural analysis, for structural analysis, design and detailing of my slab elements, I don't want my column and my beam level to show on my drawing. So that I want to remove some text and also some text all these label text from the drawing, and also remove this viewed line drawn on the slab. So to do that, you can there's a toolbar here. Then the toolbar is called what is it called? The toolbar is called I think layer toolbar. This is the layer toolbar. The first tool in the layer toolbar is called, if you click on it, you can uncheck what appears on your screen. I want my column text to disappear from my screen. So I'll look for my column text plan. I will uncheck it. Also my wall text on plan, I will uncheck it. Beam text, I will uncheck it. That is the beam labels. Slab test, I will uncheck it. Slab lines, I will uncheck it. And slab yield lines, I will uncheck it. Okay, I'll leave the slab line. The slab yield line, I want to remove. Slab load lines. That is this linear load I apply at the perimeter of my building. I will remove it. I don't want it to show. Slab load line, I will uncheck it. Slab load test, I will uncheck it. What again can I uncheck here? I think that's all. Then I will click on OK. Okay. I still have my spanning arrow showing on my screen. So I think the control for that, I know what is happening here. I'll click on this button here on the layer toolbar again. Under the slab, my slab lines, I will check it. So I've unchecked it. You can see my drawing is now clean. Before I start drawings, the first thing you need to do when you want to carry out structural analysis of your slab element on 18 software is to draw your strip lines along the structure. So before I will do that, I would like to dimension my structure, my grid. So to do that, I can click on the dimension grid, the dimension button on this member toolbar here. I'll click on it, and I want to dimension between the line A1 to A to B. So I'll click on vertical dimension. So at the bottom you see pick the first point of the dimension line. I want my first point to be this grid this point. Okay, I'm on that point now. Pick the second point. Now pick the position of your I've picked the position. So I've dimensioned this grid. I'll do the same thing. I think to dimension rapidly, you can click on continuous dimension. So I'm on continuous dimension. On the bottom now, you say pick the first point of the dimension line. I'll pick the first point, this grid line A. Pick the first point of dimension line. Okay, pick the second point of dimension line. Pick the position. I'll pick this intersection. So I've labeled this. I'll do the same thing for between B and C. I'll pick the second point. I'll pick this location. I'll do the same thing for grid line C and D. Pick the first point, pick the second point, pick the location of my dimension. So I've dimensioned my vertical grid, my horizontal grid. The dimensions are shown vertically. I will dimension my structure horizontally now. I'll click on the horizontal dimension. I'll click on this point, and I'll position the grid at this point. I'll use continuous dimension. I'll pick the first point, pick the second point, position. Oh, sorry. I want to repeat that. Sorry. You can go back to the dimension property dialog box by clicking on the dimension. you right click and click property. So continuous, I'll click on the first point, first point, pick the first point of dimension line. Okay, this point, pick the second point, position your dimension line. So that's what I'll do till I get to the end. First point, second point, position. 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 Also at the bottom here, I would like to dimension my grid, say first point, say first point, second point, somewhere here position. I'll do the same thing. Um, First point, second point, position. Well, it didn't work. Sorry. I'll select the dimension, click on property. So first point is not picking. First point, second point, position. So I've dimensioned my grid. However, I would like to remove this dimension. This dimension is the dimension for my slab, the slab line load I placed here. I don't want it to appear on my screen, so I'll remove it. So this is what we have now. My floor plan, I have edited it. Now in my next tutorial, well, prepare our drawing now. In my next tutorial, I'm going to show you how you draw slab slab strip to carry out analysis on orienting software on my main project.